Hi Trailblazers. Today we are going to review the next step in our writing process. We already went through and we got our ideas, things we do, things that have happened to us, and we created a thinking map that has these ideas on it to help us when we're trying to get the idea for a story. Now what we're going to do today is we are first going to pick which one of these ideas we're going to write about first, because we're going to write lots and lots of stories, so we can write more of them, but what do we want to do first? So, let's see, Sam. You know what I think I'm going to write about first? Because I've been thinking about this one a lot. That time that I ran into a sign and it was so embarrassing. So I'm going to pick that. So I've picked my story. Now, when we plan our stories, we're going to be going into our paper folder, and there are 3 booklets. They're stapled, they're 3 pages, and that's what you're going to be using for writing workshop to start with. You're also going to be using your blue pen, because blue is what we start with in the writing process. So you're going to get one of these. Now there's 1, 2, 3 pages here. And I don't want to tell my whole story on 1 page and then have 2 blank pages. That's not going to work out. So I really have to plan ahead. And one of the things we can do in the planning process is we can touch and tell. So we're going to touch and tell to make sure we know what we're going to put and that we have part of our story on every single one of our pages. So, okay, I'm going to talk about on the first page that I was walking and talking and not really paying attention to what I was doing. And then on the second page, I am going to say how I ran into a sign and all the people laughed at me. So embarrassing. And on the final page, I'm going to say how I went, I'm okay, and I walked on and I paid more attention. So I'm going to give it a nice happy ending. So I want to make sure I have writing on all 3 pages. So we want to touch and tell. But oh my goodness, I might forget what my plan is. So we need to have a way to remember our plan. And this is what we're going to do. Once you have done your touch and tell, then you're going to sketch across the pages a really quick picture to help you remember what you're going to put on each page. So I've kind of done one ahead so that you don't have to watch me sketch, but let me show you what I have here. So on the first page, I very quickly sketched me walking. Here's the sign. Here are the other people. See, I didn't spend a lot of time with the picture, just quickly so I can remember. On the next page, I showed me running into a sign and I showed the people laughing. That's something else you can do with your sketches. You can put little labels on them to help you remember things too. And then on the final page, I showed how I went by the sign and I said, I'm okay. See, I even did a voice bubble there, a little labeling, and I was okay to give it a happy ending. So I'm going to be able to remember all the different steps in my story. I haven't done any writing yet, but I've planned it out. So we've done our thinking, we've got our ideas. Now we're doing our planning. We're going to touch and tell to make sure we have something on every page, and then we're going to sketch across the pages to help us remember that plan. Now when you are done with your booklet, we don't want to lose this. We don't want to put it on the floor or put it somewhere on our table and lose track of it. That is what our writing workshop folder is for. So inside your writing workshop folder, in the inside front cover, there's a little pocket here. This is going to be I'm going to put it down for a moment. This is going to be our work in progress side. So I haven't finished this writing. I'm still working on it. I'm going to be doing it next time. I'm going to keep it on this side. Then if you want to do some more writing, you might be like, oh goodness, I really, really, really want to tell the story of when I got Sam too. You can always go ahead and go through the steps planning, because you already know your idea, for another book. So you have a couple of books to do that. So today, writers, you're going to make sure you have this. Now for Seesaw, will you do me a big favor before you put it in here? And I should have said that. Will you take a picture of each of these pages so that I have a copy of it? You can do that before you slip it into your writing workshop folder. But go ahead and take those pictures, put it in your writing workshop folder, and you're going to be ready for writing the next time. Okay? I'll see you. Bye.